putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It is the Kevin Jackson Show, and I'm talking about a Holly weirdo, best friend to Amy Schumer. Girl's name is Jennifer Lawrence. You've heard of her, right? You probably know her from the Hunger Games. Do you remember she was in X-Men something, and she took over the role of Rebecca, the girl that was married to, oh geez, I don't remember these Holly weirdos' names, but this chick was a model. And Jennifer Lawrence played the girl in blue who could change her appearance. Rebecca de something. Anyway, beautiful lady. And so Jennifer Lawrence played that role. So they're like, oh, well, she was in X-Men, because somebody was sending me a note. Kevin, she was in X-Men. That grossed a lot of money. Do you think that role made her let me tell you something. A cat could have played that role. It was all CGI, blue. You couldn't even tell who the girl was. I remember when I first saw the first woman who played it, who is a model, married to I forget the guy's name, but she's married to a hottie too, a dude who's a hottie. And so she played it, and I remember going, "Who's playing the blue girl? Wow!" When Jennifer Lawrence was playing it, it was like, why'd they substitute her in there? Was there not a model of where was Halle Berry? You know what I mean? It was like, I don't need her. And when she was out of the uniform, out of the blue, she was horrible as an actress. She played in another movie where she played I believe this is the case. She played the girlfriend of a mafia guy. I can't remember the movie. Again, horrible role. It wasn't good at all. She's not alluring. She's not sexy. None of it. Anyway, she hates Donald Trump. And you would think that hating, and there's a reason why I'm bringing this up, and the reason why I'm covering it a little bit more than I might normally in the show, is there's a purpose behind what's going on here. Jennifer Lawrence is pro-Hillary Clinton. She's pro-leftist. She's a feminist. Her best friend is Amy Schumer. Hollywood loves this type. She's a young millennial girl hating Trump. And I'll give you some of the things she said about Trump. Loving Hillary Clinton. Rising in her career. Yada, yada, yada. What did she do? Did she stop putting out on the casting couch? I don't know. But I can tell you this. She says, I have no work currently. I have nothing booked they booked 2 years in advance. She knows the movie she's going to be making. She doesn't have anything scheduled for 2 years. And when she finished doing the interview on NBC, she says, I'll get back with you in 6 months. Like, maybe by then, now that the warning sign's been put out to all the B-League movies that I'm a potential D-lister, maybe I'll come back and report that I'm making some, nonsensical other piece of crap that I made. Because her movie that's out right now, Mother! I don't know what that means. But it's like, Mother! But it's a thriller that people can't understand. It's up for worst movie of the century. I mean, talk about jiggly. Do you remember the movie Jiggly that Ben Affleck was in? It with his then girlfriend. I don't know if he married. Did he marry J-Lo? Anyway, it was his girlfriend. Worst movie ever. It was what was the movie with Dustin Hoffman and Warren Beatty where they were in the desert? It was like, people are like, what is Hollywood thinking? And they spent a fortune on these movies. I don't know what they spent for Jiggly, but it was considered one of the worst movies of its time. God, I can't remember the Dustin Hoffman film. And whatchamacallit. Look it up. Tell me. Anyway, the point is, she's made a movie that's away from the genre she's used to, which is all these sci-fi stuff. See, Hunger Games was into the future. X-Men, into the future. Will Smith did a study of this stuff. He says, if you do a futuristic film that has a certain characteristics, you're almost guaranteed to make money. So he stuck to those kinds of films. He learned this with Men in Black. And so he'll only do kind of an artsy film, like what was that thing, Happiness or something, In Pursuit of Happiness. He'll only do one of those films every now and then, just to try to get an Oscar or something. But other than that, the guy will make sci-fi. You know, what's that one, Legend or something that he made? So Jennifer Lawrence was in the right category that, quite frankly, anybody could have carried that film. She wasn't so good in Hunger Games that you could, I don't know, could Michelle Pfeiffer do it? Maybe not right now because she's older, but she could have in her day. Oh, yeah, I'm a Michelle Pfeiffer fan. But pick one of these young girls that's coming up. She could have done Hunger Games as good, if not better than Jennifer Lawrence. So Jennifer Lawrence, I predict, this is just my gut feel, got a little full of herself because she had all the trappings of Hollywood. And she's done well. $408 million with the Hunger Games on opening night. $408 million. You know what she made opening night with Mother? Yeah, I told you. $8 million. $200 million for X-Men. $132 million for Silver Lining Playbook. Not a bad check for somebody who essentially came out of nowhere. But what's happened? Why the fall from grace for an outspoken critic of Trump, which is generally what you need to survive in Hollywood? Yeah. Politics is generally, given to the more experienced actors, right? The De Niros, the Susan Sarandons, and people like that. Here we've got this ingenue that says, I'm going to chime in. And it got me wondering what's going on. She felt her oats, as they say in the country. During a promotional tour for the final installation of the Hunger Games movie franchise in 2015, Lawrence told Entertainment Weekly, if Donald Trump becomes president, that will be the end of the world. Sorry, Al Gore, it wasn't. All right. Then, during a 2016 appearance on Graham Norton's show, Lawrence told the story that she once had the opportunity to express herself to Donald Trump, who was a GOP presidential frontrunner at the time. And here's what she says. I was at a concert that I heard he was attending, so I had my full security, and I was like, find Donald Trump, because I was adamant on finding him and then making a video of me going, hey, Trump, F you. And to top it off, she recently blamed the devastating hurricanes on Trump, calling the storms Mother Nature's wrath in an interview with The Guardian. She says, and we voted, and it was really startling. You know, you're watching these hurricanes now, and it's really hard, especially while promoting this movie, not to feel Mother Nature's rage and wrath. Wrath, not raft. Unbelievable. Now, I'm not one to say that Hollywood is now punishing Lawrence because they just quite aren't there yet, right? They haven't made that transition. But the box office crash of Hollywood, folks, have made them a bit more circumspect of what they're spouting out. I firmly believe this, and this is the point I've been getting to. Jennifer Lawrence should have roles lined up for the next 5 years with everything that she's got going on. But she doesn't. Thus her, quote, career break. So Hollywood is figuring out that bashing Trump isn't benefiting anybody. Ask Kathy Griffin. Ask Hollywood, hey, how's your summer going, Hollywood? Because they're getting their butts clean. I mean, they're not clean. They're getting their clocks, what is it? Cleaned. Not their butts cleaned. They're getting beat up. We'll leave it there. They're getting their butts kicked. Not clean. Oh, man. And I keep talking about this and with this sense of what's going on around the country, right? Target, numbers down. Starbucks, numbers down. Everybody that dare continue this Trump bashing, suffering mightily. Late night TV hosts begging for buttermilk. Man, please, somebody give me some ratings. And, Seth, what's his face? I forget, this skinny looking Saturday Night Live guy. He's like the worst of the worst. Jimmy Kimmel, oh, my daughter's heart thing, it's Donald Trump's fault. Everybody's blaming Trump. Blame yourselves. They're getting beat up. Hey, somebody mute that phone. I want to hear that during my show. Hollywood, folks, is learning, and I'm telling you, this is not a lesson that's just going noticed on Hollywood. This is a lesson going noticed on corporate America. You are watching a big change happening here. The glitz of Hollywood is growing dim. Hollywood is teaching itself a lesson, and it's long overdue.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.